I want to greet you all in the sweet name of our Lord Jesus Christ. My name is Pastor Peter Kumar. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And yes, I'm going to call this Beyond 2019. Beyond 2019. Many of you around the world have been following me. Every year, God shows me what He's about to do and what is going to happen in many nations. So I take this opportunity to take you along with me, along with the presence and the power of God into 2019. 2019. Yes, we are all eagerly waiting for the new year. The Lord wanted me to declare 2019 as a year of uncommon favor. Are you with me? Uncommon favor. Now, why uncommon favor? Because there will be unusual challenges. Unusual challenges. Yes, many of you are watching the news. You're seeing what's happening in many countries around the world. And you would say, why? Why the church is challenged so much? Why Christian faith is challenged so much? And you would call it unusual challenges. But out of unusual challenges, God is going to birth uncommon favor. In fact, God showed me what is happening in the book of Esther, chapter 8. In the book of Esther, chapter 8, Esther takes Mordecai to the king. Esther takes Mordecai to the king, and she explains to the king how Mordecai is related to her. There is an identity, there is an establishment of a relationship. An establishment of relationship. Immediately there's a transfer of unusual, uncommon favor. The king takes a signature. After that, if you see how Mordecai plays a key role in setting a whole generation free from captivity. And this is the picture God showed me, and the role of the church. The role of the church, yes, through unusual challenges, God is going to birth uncommon favor beyond 2019. So I want to share what God showed me about certain continents. Yes, I live in the US. So beginning from United States of America, Canada, South America and North America. Yes, we are all aware about how President Trump is being challenged every day, every moment, every day, every moment. But the Lord laid in my heart, He showed me very clearly how He's going to protect President Trump and his family. President Trump and his family will be protected. Even the policies He's bringing forth to make America great, they will be protected. Yes, there will be unusual challenges. I don't want to go into details. They literally want to move him out. They want an impeachment, but God's hand is upon him. God will protect him. There will be several allegations. There will be several challenges, several allegations, but nothing will be proved. God's hand is upon this man of God, and God will protect him. And President Trump will still listen to Christian prophets who are regularly directing him, and he will stand up for certain truth, and he will stand up for the cause of Jews, and he will stand up for the cause of integrity, even for the cause of Christian values in America. He will be hated, yes, unusual challenges, but uncommon favor. But throughout America, in 2019, there will be many more disasters. There will be many more disasters. I see earthquakes. The nation will be challenged. The nation will be shaken. I see floods, unusual floods. I see hurricanes. And I also see tornadoes. Yes, all these natural calamities will cause a lot of damages. But there will be uncommon favor through this. Even the US dollar will be challenged. I believe beginning from January till about March, April, the US dollar, the strength of the dollar will be challenged, and there will be a depreciation in the US dollar. It will affect the economy, it will affect jobs, it will affect businesses. But after April, then again, There will be a huge rise of opportunities, trade, economy, opportunities, and the US dollar will become stronger and stronger and stronger because God's hand will be upon this nation and God's hand will protect the President, Trump, and his family. But there will be disasters. Everybody will hate. They will be hating America. The other challenge in the US will be racism. Racism. Till now, it's only black and white. I'm sorry to say this, but I see this around America. But then there will be hatred against Asians. There will be hatred against the Hispanic community. Every migrant will not be well received in America. So there will be a lot of confusion. Many people will die. There will be racism, which will be on a uprise. But through this, the church will become strong. The church will unite. Yes, irrespective of color, creed, churches will unite. They will come together. They will pray. They will humble themselves. And there will be an unusual and uncommon revival all across America. But there will be other nations who will also come against America. Again, North Korea, along with China and few other nations, they will constantly be challenging the safety of America. Also certain Middle Eastern nations, I don't want to go into the names, yes, they will also come up with agenda against America. Yes, I'm talking war, threats of war. Yes, America will prepare for war and there will be unusual challenges but uncommon favor. My brother, my sister, the role of the church will be challenged. LGBT, the gay culture, the gender identity. I don't want to go into the details, but all these things will surface. They will surface and so much will be published. Even the media will publish these things. The values of the church will be challenged. The values of an average Christian will be challenged. And there will be a dividing line. There will be a huge dividing line. Many people will give up their faith. Many people will walk away from God. But there will be a generation which will stand up. Uncommon favor. They will stand up for their values. They will stand up for the gospel. They will stand up for revival. And again, there will be a fresh move of revival all across Canada. Yes, Canada will open up. Many Americans, they will move to Canada. Yes, there will be a sway of Americans moving to Canada. Unusual move. There will be a lot of people investing in properties in Canada, but a lot of Asians will also come into Canada. Other races will also come. So the Canadian dollar will become stronger. Trade and economy in Canada will become much stronger. The churches in Canada will come together. There will be revival. The revival fire will grow in Canada. In fact, Canada will begin to impact certain regions of America. I see that happening in British Columbia. I see that happening in the Niagara region. There will be an overflow of revival, mighty work of the Holy Spirit from Canada into America. All across South America, in many countries, there will be confusion. There will be confusion. Certain governments will be thrown down and the economy will be struck. The economy will be really affected and there will be a lot of confusion. We need to pray for every country in South America. Again, people will try to leave South American countries. They will try to go into Europe. They will also try to go into Africa. You will see that kind of migration happening, but we need to really pray. But churches will become strong, particularly in countries like Peru, in countries like Brazil, in countries like Colombia, where there will be unusual challenges, there will be uncommon favor. There will be uncommon favor. We need to pray a lot for Israel. Yeah, there will be huge attempts to literally eliminate Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his whole family. Yes, there will be a move to remove him. They will manage to do that, but not easily, not now. So what will happen, the person who replaces him, he will have a lot of compromising relationships with the Arab countries, There will be a lot of peace treaties done. Even the temple, there will be plans to rebuild the temple. There will be plans to rebuild the temple. So watch certain key players. The first key player will be the Pope. He will bring unity. He will bring unity among Catholics, among the Arabs, and also the Hindus and Buddhists. He will bring unity. And in the name of unity, he will also establish a one world government. One world government. There will be talks about one world army. There will be talks about having a one world bank. And many currencies will be united, and there will be a one world currency. Now, I'm talking this beyond 2019. It may not happen in 2019, but 2019 will pave way for all these things. The Pope will be a key player. The second player will be China. China will also take certain countries as its allies, like India, like Russia, Singapore, Hong Kong. China will also try to take back Taiwan. But all these will be trade contracts, and China will become a super giant. And China will grow only to challenge America. In fact, many nations will cut off trade ties with America. They will cut off trade ties with America, and we will see this happen, my brother, my sister. We will see this. So there will be a lot of chaos even in the economy. China will become a super player, and China will begin to control technology. China will control media, and China will rise up in a very big way. And the third key player is certain countries in the Middle East, where there is oil wealth. There will be a threat. There will be a threat because many countries will adopt to electric appliances, even cars, even planes. Yes, that's the direction in which the world will go. So these countries will be threatened. Because they are threatened, they will come together as a force and they will rise up. So we will see how these forces come together to challenge Israel, to challenge America, and even England will be challenged in a very big way. London will be challenged. Now about Europe, many more countries will leave the EU Union, European Union. They will just leave. They will quit. And Europe will divide again. It will divide again into small fragments. Again, that will be an influence of China. China will divide nations for its own economical purpose. So nations will be divided. The European Union will become very, very weak. And then the Pope will step in. The Pope and the Vatican will step in to strengthen many of these nations. They will form a community. We will see that many European countries, they adopt a particular lifestyle which is against the Bible, which is against what the Bible preaches, but we will see that. And there will also be racism, particularly the Nazi spirit will rise up and it will spread. It will spread. So there will be again color, there will be racism, there will be a lot of things, but there will be many deaths. Many people will die all across Europe because of these kind of issues. I'm talking about unusual challenges. I'm also talking about uncommon favor. Unusual challenges, uncommon favor. Africa will rise up. Africa will rise up. African nations will begin to slowly unite. They will begin to help each other. Of course, China will get into Africa in a very big way. China will begin to control their mines, gold, diamonds. But Africa will also rise up, and African governments will come together. So slowly they will begin to control the economy. Education will rise up. Churches will grow. Churches will multiply all across Africa. Churches will multiply. Of course, there will be other religions which will rise against the church. Islam will become stronger, but the church will grow and multiply. Revival will be visible. Unusual signs and miracles all across Africa, all across Africa. But again, certain countries in Africa, like Cameroon, like Cameroon, these are certain countries where there will be continuous turmoil. There will be Eritrea. Eritrea will be another nation where there will be unusual turmoil. We need to pray for these nations that they will be set free from their bondage, that they will join the greater community, and Africa will live together, prosper together, and rise up together. Now, about Australia and New Zealand, again, there will be traces of revival beginning in these nations, particularly Australia and New Zealand. They will again become forerunners. They will become pioneers of revival. They will become pioneers of revival. And revival will become visible in all the South Pacific islands, particularly Samoa, Fiji, Tonga. God is going to protect these nations. Yes, they are literally cut off from the rest of the world, but they will come together. They will rise up. They will prosper, and they will have trade unities. They will make trade agreements, and you will see how they come together, and churches will also unite, and there will be revival. But coming into Asia, particularly India, the government which is now running the nation, they will continue to run the nation. I know many Christians are crying, they want the government to change, but God is showing me that for one more period, this government will run, so there will be rise of hatred against the church. It will rise. There will be persecution. Persecution will increase all across India, even South India. Many churches will be shut down. Many churches will be shut down. Pastors will be beaten. But that will cause unusual favor, uncommon favor. Millions and millions of people will turn to the Lord. Millions and millions of people will turn to the Lord. But in a country like India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and then looking into Indonesia, a bit of Laos, there will be a lot of natural calamities. I see hurricanes, I see earthquakes, and I see unusual things just explode. They will just explode. So there will be a huge fear among Asian nations. Huge fear. And a nation like North Korea, along with China, it will prepare for war against America. So we will see signs of war happening. But there will be an unusual shaking of nations, uncommon favor. Among persecution, amidst persecution, there will be huge revival. There will be huge revival. The Middle East, the countries will still be divided, but certain countries will come together, and Islam, the religiosity, the religious spirit of Islam will rise up. It will rise up. Many, many, many people of God will be killed. Many of them will be killed. We need to really cry. We need to weep that God will protect His people in these nations. In these nations. My brother, my sister, yes, I call this beyond 2019. We will see things change in Vatican, with the Pope, with many Islamic nations, with China. We will also see how churches will unite. While churches unite, many churches will be shut down. Many Christians will be persecuted. Many of them will die. We need to come together. We need to pray. We need to cry. Prepare ourselves. Prepare ourselves through unusual challenges. Through unusual challenges, let's expect uncommon favor. Esther brings Mordecai. Identity, relationship, a huge deliverance. An identity, a relationship, and a huge deliverance. So I will continue to pray. Connect with me. The name of my ministry is called Forerunners, Nation Changers. Forerunners, Nation Changers. My heart is to raise end-time Elishas, Josephs, Moses, Esther's, Ruth's, people who could turn the hearts of millions turn the hearts of millions. Now is our time. 2019, a season of uncommon favor. God bless you and see you soon. This is Peter Kumar.